So this shirt that I'm wearing is called an I Trust You shirt. And rather than it being, a bit of fabric with some writing on, this shirt has been teaching me a lot of really powerful lessons for the past 3 years. And just before yesterday, I had my friends Will and Danielle at my house. And we've been developing these t-shirts now at Salas Studio, and so they're made out of bamboo, and we've really been exploring sustainable fashion, how we can make them as ethical as possible. And now suddenly they're way more fashionable. We used to have these super normal American apparel t-shirts that were made out of nylon, cotton mix, etc. And now they're suddenly looking way cooler. And with the next collection that we're launching now, I looked at the pattern and I was like, this looks so good. Like, people are going to love wearing it. Do we really want to put this whole logo, in front of the shirt? Because they have hoodies and they're really well fitted and stuff. And so, I was talking to Rhonda and I was like, I feel like maybe we should put the logo more at the bottom, to kind of hide it and, just more subtle so that people can enjoy what they're wearing more, because I really don't like to wear a shirt that has print on it. And I said to Will, Oscar, and Danielle, and I was like, what do you think about that? Us putting the logo not all the way in the front, but just here at the bottom. And they were like, that's a terrible idea. What are you talking about? And they were like, the whole point of an I Trust You shirt is that it's almost annoyingly staring you in the face and saying, I see you, I love you, I am here. It's a total surrender. And it just really struck me of how important this is, because it's not about how it looks or what the fashion is now that's in, but it's really about being an actual catalyst for change. And that takes some ridiculing sometimes. It's not comfortable. It's not comfortable to, travel across the world and share your message and step out of your comfort zone again and again and again to try and make a change, to better yourself so much that when the next time you speak to someone, you're actually giving them some value. And so it's been such an incredible lesson for me, because I haven't created I Trust You at all. This has really nothing to do with me. I just got the download one day, and I knew just without a shadow of a doubt in my entire body that I needed to create this. And so I just started doing it, and without really understanding what I was doing, it was being created. And as it was being created, I've been able to learn from it. And so this whole idea of trust and love, and how we can infuse, not only our day-to-day lives with that and the way that we interact with people, but also our businesses, and bring it into entrepreneurship, and bring it into the future of our society, because I truly do believe that through entrepreneurship is where we grow innovation. Through each and every one of you in your businesses and however you contribute to the world, you are making a change, and you are deciding what is the next evolution of growth that we're stepping into. And when speaking of trust, this is actually the beginning, it's the foundation of love. Because if I don't trust you, if I don't come to you and actually come from a space of vulnerability and enter this relationship, then we're never going to get to love. And so I play a lot with this, because the whole purpose of what this movement is and why I'm here is to shift the paradigm from fear into love. And it seems like such a simple thing, because, okay, let's just love more. We're in fear mode now, let's just bring in more love. But what do you actually need? What's the step to step from fear into love? The first thing is courage. Because without courage, we don't have anything, because it's uncomfortable. Like I said, it's uncomfortable to wear an I Trust You shirt. This isn't a mass product. This isn't for everybody. I've had it up on the website, and I was like, why are people not buying these I Trust You shirts? You know, like this is such a great concept of coming out into the world and sharing more love. Like, why are people not like understanding it? And it's because there needs to be a process for us to shift out of the mindset of fear, of lack, and actually go, okay, I'm ready to serve. And so for that, we need courage. And for each and every one of you, I just want to commend you so much for being here and having the courage to be self-expressed. Because if you came into this space, and I know most of you here, you are doing incredible things for this earth. And so I just really want to give you all the love from my heart and say thank you for having the courage. Because I know myself, it's not easy. It's not even easy for me to wear my own shirts because I'm embarrassed of thinking, oh well, but you know, it's about me representing my brand and me trying to get ahead my message. But it's not my message. It has nothing to do with me, and it's not my brand. None of this has anything to do with us. And it's like Adam was saying before, we are all created by water. We are all created by the earth. And if that's not like the first order on our agenda, then what are we doing with our time? I actually had a lot of impact before coming up here and speaking. It was really difficult for me. I was thinking about my talk for quite a few days. I was like, what am I going to say to the people that are actually here to make a shift, to make a difference? This is such a big deal because usually I've spoken all over the world and I've talked to thousands of people about marketing and business and social media, and it's super easy for me to get out there and talk to them about the strategies. But when it comes to I Trust You, and when it comes to us actually showing up, I was like, this is so important. I really want to make sure that whatever the hell I'm about to share is going to make an impact, and is going to get just like one step further to us cleaning the rivers and being kinder to each other. And so Oscar and I were on a walk yesterday around our new villa, and there's like all these rice paddy fields. And it's so beautiful, and when you walk a little bit further, there's like this little river. And the river is like, you know, there's like dirt in it, and you know, there's some like plastic every now and then kind of being washed down. But every time I go, I'm like, oh, but I can still kind of swim in this. You know, it's dirty, but it's not too much. And then, but this time, we have this little puppy that we're fostering, and we walk all the way to the edge of the water, like right to the end. And what I saw was one of the most terrible things that I've ever experienced. This waterfall literally ended up into this garbage dump. Like there was just plastic and plastic and plastic everywhere. Like it looked like all of our anger, all of our pain was just taking like a giant shit in the world. And there was this beautiful trees that were like suffocating, and there was plastic wrapped all around it. Like it was basically just a giant trash can. And I was looking at that, and it was such a big wake-up call. First thing that I was like, okay, I want to take a team of people here to clean this up. And then the next thing I was like, yeah, but how many more of these wastelands like exist? Like I just kind of found this next to my house. Like what else is there? How many more are there? And like it made me feel small. Like how can I actually make so much of an impact that would clean this up? And maybe I'll, you know, clean up some bottles and you know, help it a little bit, and this place will be restored. But what about the next places? And I was like, well, how do we solve this problem, like in general, without just picking up the plastic? And then the next thing I thought was, well, let's stop people from throwing the plastic to begin with, right? Let's start at the source. And as I was thinking, I was getting closer and closer and closer of the reason to why we are abusing our earth. The reason to why we have created in the plastic in the first place and keep on creating it when we actually have amazing biodegradable technology that we could be making these plastic bags out of. And then we come back from shifting the paradigm from fear into love. Because from a space of love, when we are truly in alignment with the gratitude of who we are and this earth, then we're going to stop throwing, we're going to stop manufacturing. And so that's what I've been put on this earth here to do. And that's what I will do every day from right now and to the rest of forever. And that's my commitment. Butterflies are my spirit animal. That's when life is telling you you're in flow. I want to introduce somebody onto the stage that has been a true inspiration of showing up for I Trust You, of showing up for the importance of the earth and really trying to make me understand the impact that we can have when this mindset shift is there. Because when I met Hannah Leigh Swan, she was 11 years old. And I am so eternally grateful that she has been born to these incredible parents, Rhonda and Brian, who basically like adopted me here in Bali. I'm like the fourth little secret unstoppable. And the things that she is creating, not only with her sustainable fashion line and her studio, are extraordinary. But it's the way that she shows up and the impact that she has with her message of inspiring all of us to step up a little more, to try a little harder. Not because she's now 12 years old and has been managing her business since she was 9, but because she is a light that shows us what is possible, that when we do change the paradigm from fear into love, when we give our children the possibility to be curious, to play, to not ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you have more money? Who do you want to be after you retire? But who do you want to be right now? And so it is such an honor to be collaborating with you, to be taking you to the movies, to see Avengers and hanging out. And you make me better, and you make me strive more and try harder. So I want to thank you for that, and thank you guys for being such an example of the new paradigm when we live in love.